ABC-7 at noon. Well, this man here needs no introduction. With us today, comedian Paul Rodriguez. Thank you so much for being with us here.
It's nice being with you.
On ABC-7 at noon. So you're in town to your performances start tonight,
Yes.
and you'll be here all weekend. So plenty of chances for El Pasoans and the borderland to catch you. And I was just asking you over the break if you remember how many times you've been to El Paso.
Oh, it's got to be over 20 times. You know, I feel like I practically started here when I first started doing it. I used to do a tour of the schools, colleges, you know, and I remember being at UTEP, and they had me in the cafeteria there, and people are busy eating, and I'm out there, you know, being a fool. And I call it home. It's the only city where I come where you know, I'm not the minority, you know. I walk around, I see Caucasians, and I go, don't worry, you'll be accepted. Just hang in there and try to meet the expectations. You know, you know, I walk around as Caucasians if they need a cosigner. You know, I want to do the right thing by them.
Well, you know, you've been in the business for more than 2 decades.
Yes.
And so now you were, and I heard it on the radio, so that's why I want to ask you that this may be one of your final appearances here in El Paso. Or what are your plans?
Well, I haven't been here in a long time, and I wanted to come here and to do, you know, say hello and probably goodbye to friends. Not that I'll never do stand-up again, but you know, I think people retire at the wrong time. I'm not retiring, but I want to travel. I want to see the world. You know, I've been around the world, but I've never got to see it. I want to go to Australia, spend a couple of months just backpacking. I always wanted to go to Tibet. I look at that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, where George always wants to go, and he's got the suitcase, and somehow life catches up to him. Well, I've taken, my kids are grown. They're doing well. As a matter of fact, I borrow money from them, and I really would like to just backpack all through Europe, and especially Central America, you know. Maybe at the end of it all, write a pamphlet, you know, my travels.
A book, maybe.
A book, a Kerouac kind of pop-up book for my fans, you know.
And because I have to ask you this, you know, the late actress Elizabeth Peña, who just recently passed away, your thoughts. You know, she was one of the pioneers for Latinas in television and movies, and you were telling me that you did some work with her.
Yes, I worked with her on Tortilla Soup. I was her husband. And also on Resurrection Boulevard. I knew Elizabeth very well, and it's heartbreaking to tell you that she was probably the finest actress that I've ever worked with, and that's saying quite a bit. I worked with several Academy Awards. Elizabeth had a way of overcoming a lot of difficulties that people didn't know. She will be greatly missed. I get emotional thinking about her, and I just came from I was just at her family's, trying to pay my respects, and she'll be sorely missed. We've lost so many this year. You know, Lupe Ontiveros was also a great one, but Elizabeth Peña was wonderful. Every time I see the movie that we did together, I have a special affinity for her. She took me to her level of acting, and the air was very thin up there.
Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts on Elizabeth Peña.
She was wonderful.
And briefly, let's just talk about your performance now. Let's switch gears here. You will be here all weekend.
Making
the audiences laugh, right?
If you see some homeless-looking vato walking around the street, don't run me over. Remember, I'm part of the zombie apocalypse here. You know, this would be a good place for zombies to come because we're spicy. Just remember that.
All right, Paul Rodriguez here with us at ABC-7. His performances there, the times there, you can see him. It'll be at the El Paso comic strip.
Come and see us. I got to pay taxes.
All right. You can get your tickets at LaughTonight.com. We'll have a link to that also on KVIA.com. The number there on your screen for all the information you need. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
We really
it was a
appreciate
privilege. Órale, Paso.
We'll be right back after the break with more news.